All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to join me this morning, every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure to click like if you like these videos. Make sure to comment any of your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, that little bell icon, so you don't miss any videos like the one we did last night talking about the Fed. Really good video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's time to get to work. It is a new day. Let's rock and roll. Dow futures up 86 points. NASDAQ up 208 points, up 1.34%. S&P 500 futures up 0.73%. Now in a breakout again. Russell, if you guys remember the reel we talked about, the Golden Cross. Also, we put it on TikTok and Instagram. We said we're going to get to 2,000 on Russell. That was happening. We got it, 2005 currently. I was not long Russell. I went ahead and went long NASDAQ with the team. We just got out for an extra 100 points, made up for yesterday's stop run that we got. We were long again. So once we break 15,845, we're going to probably get back in. We are long S&P 500 futures at 4610. We're up 18 points. Once we get to 4650 or so, we can move our stops again. We are break even on S&P. So risk-free trading is my favorite type of trading in futures. That's where we are. 10-year Treasury yield, 3.899 this morning. Dollar index is up 0.36%. Equity markets don't care. 101.25. Volatility index 1292, down another 2%. Crude oil bouncing 79.83, up 1.32%. Gasoline futures $2.87, up 1%. Gold is down 0.60%. Got a risk-on movement here, but we're nearing 2,000 at 1997. 24.82 for silver futures. That's down 0.58%. Copper's down 0.5%, $3.88. Euro dollar 110.60, down 27 pips. Dollar yen bounced 140.67, up 43 pips. Pound dollar 128.94, down 47 pips. Even Bitcoin joining in the fun, up 0.32%, 29,490. With Ethereum at 1879. We know our levels with Bitcoin. It's 35,000 for the breakout. 1879. We want 2,000 for Ethereum. And that's around the horn. Good morning, all. Let's go straight to the questions. I know everyone's got tons of them. We went over a lot yesterday in terms of the Fed. So we're just going to go straight to the Q&A this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, JJ. Let's get some backs today. Yes, sir. Good morning, Carlos. Ain't been to sleep yet. Well, I was up to around midnight keeping everyone informed on the blog. The more you do this, the more you get excited to do it. And when you're great at something or you're really good at something, as you're probably learning watching these videos, being in our Signal group, it's fun. It's fun. To be honest, I do this. I would do this for free. I really enjoy answering your questions and helping you guys out. And YouTube is free. So there you go. Good morning. How to play Meta calls today? Wait for a pullback or open to get in? Really good question. Let's go and see it. Meta did have a great quarter. They're up 10% pre-market. So we are now at 327.25. How far does the rabbit hole go? Really want to get to around 330.50. So around 330, if we break that, we don't have any more gaps to fill. That's the problem. But again, let's see this. Clear drawing set. Let me see if I can close this. Cancel this alert. Cancel. Let me see if I can move this over here. And then I'll just cancel this alert because I have too much stuff on top. So cancel. We're going to cancel this alert. And we're going to cancel this alert. Even though I can't. So I have drawings everywhere. My apologies. Move this here. Replace. Cancel this alert. So we have 330.50. This gap has been filled, as you know. We are at 327. So we're pretty much right around this area. If we get above 330, we got some room up to this double top that we had back in November, December of 2021. So that'll be right around 350. That's probably the next level we could target. I'll draw a line for you guys so you guys can see it. Kind of a small minimal double top. I'm going to go ahead and put the little arrow there, extend to the right. And that's pretty much the level you're looking for. I'll move the alert here so you guys can see it. You can see the double top right there. So that's what we're looking for. I'm going to take away this alert. So if we break 330.50, again, with volume, again, we're going to look for the 350 calls for next week. That'll be the target that we're looking for with continued momentum. Kind of tough to play a stock up 10% in a day, but again, we hit Boeing yesterday, and that was up not very nicely as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. In terms of support, we're looking at 314.42. We're about, what, $13 above that. So again, we'll keep that as our support moving forward. That was the gap fill. 132, that trade was amazing as always. Cheers. 132 Google calls for next week. Google is about 60 cents away from that level. The level you want to target is 133.72. That's the gap fill on the daily. So 134 to 133.72 with volume. Problem is now you have a gap to fill to the downside on Google. So that is your risk level. If you're talking about stops or levels where it would be invalidated, is 129.64. That's the level I would be looking for in terms of support. If we play long to 133.72, Google is on my watch list today. Profit taking at the open or a squeeze. I expect us to get a little bit of profit taking in the morning. That's why I got out of NQ, but it seems to us that we're going to continue to rise. I would highly expect us to take profits in terms of traders, but seems to be right now the Fed has cleared the path for continuing upside, like we talked about. So we'll see what we get. I mean, kind of hard to pinpoint, but the S&P 500 is at a complete breakout. Let's look at it on the daily. Again, remember we talked about this little zone here that we were going to chop around till the beginning of August. Well, bulls said, forget that. We're going to keep buying and continue higher. Next target level for me is right around 46.70. That'll be a good target for us to move some stops. That's about 40 points where we are. I think if we get to 46.50, I'll move the stops to a profit level for ES, but we got clear skies until 46.71 on the S&P. Carlos, Meta has a gap to fill around 220-240. Yes, the downside gap, but we've had gaps from 2008. So that might not fill, that might fill. We talked about that yesterday, that October is seasonally weak. We can get a crash, same as 1987, only because we had 13 in a row Dow days, and the last time we did that was in 1987. Again, if you're into analogies and seasonality, that might be a possibility. Good morning, Carlos. Anything we're looking for to trade options? I like Google, but I'm looking to get out of positions today. BABA starting to move. Let's see if we catch that. I got the 100 calls, remember? That is probably going to soar, and it's going to continue to go higher. I like that one still. Apple, we've been chopped around, but we're finally getting where we want to go. This is the peak. This is the peak of the AI highs. This was another spike that we had where we actually got the breakout and we entered, so we're back to where we were. The problem is time. So we need to get higher quickly on Apple. If we squeeze, we're going to catch this trade, even though everyone probably thought it was dead. I don't blame them. Let's take a look at Robinhood. Robinhood, when you get above 1323, I have the 14 calls for this week. We're getting a push. So again, if risk assets like high beta start moving, Robinhood is going to move. Let's see here. Carlos, watch list for today. The big one I would say is Google. Google would be the best on the board. Above 133.72, I'm targeting the 135 calls. But as of right now, that's the only one because I'm focused on getting out of positions, not trying to enter them, at least in the options side. Boeing at 235.75. We did fill this gap here at 234.48 pre-market. So Boeing was a well-done trade yesterday. We got it towards the tail end of the day. If you have runners or you had PDT and you couldn't close same day, you're going to be rewarded this morning. So congratulations on Boeing. Glad we did it. Do you think Dish is good for a buy on the long to own? Let's see. It's risky, but it can get high returns. Well, most risky things can get high returns. That's true. Only way I would want to own Dish is if you think they're going to be acquired. That's the only thing. There is a gap to fill here at 12.14. In order for us to play that, I would get above $9.43. That's probably your best bet to target this gap fill on Dish Network. But again, you're really looking at it as an acquisition target by, let's say, an Amazon, an Apple, or something like that. Again, there's no rumors of that. But again, who has a satellite dish anymore? Everyone streams. Hell, I don't even have cable. And people are going to pay for satellite? Yeah, right. So kind of a dying business when you have social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff. It's a dying business, and it's probably going to be sold down the line. And that's all. Dish Network to me is the same as Kodak, Eastman Kodak. If you guys are a little too young, back in the day, we used to take photos with cameras, not our phones, and you used to have film. You'd have to take it to someone to develop the film, and then you would look at your pictures in a little envelope because there was a kiosk in the middle of a plaza in your neighborhood, a mall plaza. See, Kodak, that's done too. So Dish is going down that same path. Could we trade the stock? Sure, above 944. We would target right around, what, $12.16. But owning it, don't waste your time. There's better companies out there that deserve your money. Tesla thoughts. Let's go to Tesla. Going to Tesla, we need to get above 280, guys. Above 280. Once we do, we can play the 300 calls or this gap to fill at 289. So I'm still waiting for Tesla to bounce. Hey, everyone, hit that like button. Stop Dish. One of the very few, I assume, with Dish. But again, I personally do not use cable or satellite dish. I have football TV and the stock. Football TV, the actual streaming, I turn it on for the NFL season because I like watching Red Zone. But even Red Zone or the Sunday Ticket, you can get it through YouTube. So as you can see, we're kind of getting away from that traditional satellite dish on your roof with like a 2-year agreement and paying for 500 channels that you're never going to watch. It's not exactly an enterprise that'll keep up with our current state of technology. Let's just say. Anything else this morning? Wow, everyone came in fast and furious with their comments and their questions. I love it. So let's go ahead and get back to NASDAQ futures. We're at what? 824. Yeah, looking pretty good. 824. We're going to get to 15,845. That's where we're looking to go long again. S&P 500 running. Is football TV a good buy right now, long term? Let's see it. $2.07. That is a penny stock now. It needs to get out of penny stock territory. You need to get above 5. Until then, I ain't touching that. And again, I own the stock. It's been absolutely nuked. It happens. You're going to have some losers and you're going to have some winners. But you got to get above 5.25 before we do anything. Yes, we have a gap to fill. A couple of them. One at 31.65 and one at 9.63. Remember when Carvana was thought they were, trash company. Maybe football is the next one to squeeze. You never know. That's why you put your alerts. So we will see where we go. All right, guys, we're starting to get the push now. Let's see if NQ can break. I got out for the team. I'll definitely get back in if need be. So again, BABA is on my watch list. Apple, we'll see if it pushes higher, and we'll go from there. Let's see if we can make it a comeback resilient Thursday with the bulls. So we're getting a little push now. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers.